Hello everyone and welcome to a Minecraft mod review. Now this is my first ever mod review, so it might be a bit rough, but I'm going to try my best. The mod that I'm going to be reviewing is called the Biomes You'll Go mod. It adds in a ton of new biomes, ores, trees, pretty much everything to the game. The link will be down in the description if you want to download this mod for yourself. Now right off the bat, there's this house I have built here. It is made out of palm logs and palm wood, which palm trees typically spawn like islands, and they spawn on islands and beaches, so it's a pretty nice looking block if you want to build a tropical setting. Over here I've been building a floating city. The idea is that every mod I review, I will add a little something to here so it'll look cooler. Now this is not part of the Biomes You'll Go mod. I'll be reviewing that and I immediately fell into water. And I'll be reviewing that in a different mod. So over here is a waystone which I'll use to show off some of the different biomes. First of all, the Alps. It looks just like your typical snow biome, right? Well, yeah. This mod adds in a ton of, like, a few really tall biomes. Like, way above cloud level. So this is on the ground, and yeah, that is the mountain. Really tall. You're going to want to be careful climbing it. The Alps is one of my personal favorite biomes. I like all the really tall ones. And also, snow blocks spawn naturally here. But yeah, it just looks really cool. You can see more of it over there. And the next area is the Dead Sea. The Dead Sea is normally like much larger. This is a small biome, but I really like the look of it. The pitch black water, the spires sticking out of it. This block, sodalite, spawns here, which can be used to make some really cool looking things. And also, another part of this mod is that there's a lot of new structures added in. So one of the new structures that has been added in is the Pillager Pirate Outpost, which is here. There are various spawners that spawn parrots. There are pillagers around here. I'm pretty sure there are pillager spawners too. Yep. And there is a bunch of loot. Silk Touch, it's mostly just modded. Is some modded stuff, but it's mostly just vanilla stuff. And this is just one of the structures. There are a lot added, and some are biome specific, some just spawn wherever. Alright, the next biome I wanted to show is the Crystal Canyon. It looks really cool. You can see all the crystals around here. The canyon itself looks amazing, like the view from standing in the canyon. And mining these, they drop crystal shards, similar to... It's basically glowstone. You can use it to rebuild it, and these crystals actually do give off a faint light. Yep, see? They do give off a faint light. Just going to switch to game mode survival to show off a few of the mobs. Alright, I am hungry. Okay, minor setback has been handled. Now, in here you can see that there are 4 new different kinds of ores. I will review the ores later, but these are all the different armor sets and weapons. There is Tamrielite, Kasai, Lefarium, and Penderite. Sorry if I'm bad at the names. And in order to make the Kasai stuff, you actually need to make Kasai chain plating. And in order to make that, you need 5 ingots to make 2, so it is pretty rare. And it's pretty difficult to get the gear. Now, unlike unlike other mods in normal Minecraft, some like gear is much better than like you mix and match gear. Of helmets, the Kasai is the strongest. Out of body piece, it is the Tamrielite that is much stronger than the Kasai. Then with leggings, it is also Kasai. Actually, no, it is Tamrielite. And boots, it is Kasai. So yeah, it's weird. And there are also several new types of weapons. The Penderite is the strongest sword, but there's also a battle axe variation. The crafting recipe for battle axes are pretty easy. There is no Kasai battle axe. In order to make a battle axe is this recipe. 5 of any kind of ore with 2 sticks. The sticks vary. For example, for a Lefarium, you need an enchanted stick. For Penderite, you need stone sticks, which are made like this. While it is still night, we can check out a few mobs. So, first of all is going to be the fungal zombie, which spawns in fungal forests. Unfortunately, I was unable to find one for this mod showcase, so I'll just spawn it here. It has a lot of health, as you can see. But the battle axe is really strong. And it drops rotten flesh. I'm pretty sure that only drops rotten flesh. Okay, now it's just leaving the arena. Small oversight with the chest system. So yeah, they only drop rotten flesh. So next up is the petrified zombie, which looks really cool, and they actually spawn in this biome. Why won't you attack me? Okay, their AI is a bit messed up. It is a bit difficult for them to attack you. But they do a decent chunk of damage. And I'm actually pretty sure they don't drop anything when you kill them. No, they actually drop iron. So the petrified mobs drop iron when you kill them. So if you spawn in this biome, it can be a good source of iron, but keep in mind that they are much tougher than normal zombies. And then the petrified spider, which does the same. They also drop iron, and they have a ton of health. They move slower than a normal spider, though, so it's relatively easy to kill them despite their longer attack range. You can normally just get them in a corner and keep hitting them. But the thing is, a lot spawn at once. Like, I'm not sure if there are any around here now, but they spawn in like groups of 2 to 3, so you can easily get caught off guard by them. But if you go one-on-one, it should be a relatively easy source for iron. But the drop does seem to be a bit rare. So anyway, that's it for the mobs. There aren't too much in this mod set, but they look pretty cool. Oh, and another thing this mod allows. It allows you to craft chainmail stuff. You use chain plating, which is made by using 5 iron nuggets. So it's a bit cheaper than iron, but is less defensive as well. Next up are the ores, and we are actually going to look at them on top of the tropical rainforest, which is another one of the super tall biomes. And it does look really cool. There's a new block here called Overgrown Stone, which is just stone with moss on it. It works similar to dirt, and it makes the biome look really unique. Now then, over here we have the different kind of pickaxes. I'm just going to take them all. And also different kinds of blocks for the ore. Now, your eyes were probably immediately drawn to this one, which is Kasai ore, which unlike the others, it only spawns in the Nether, but is really easy to see due to the missing texture. And you actually are unable to mine it with a diamond pickaxe. Same with Laphium and Paradise. However, you are able to mine Tamrielite, which doesn't need to be smelted. It drops Tamrielite gems. And using them, you can make a Tamrielite pickaxe, which you still cannot mine those two, but you are now able to mine Pendorite, which drops Pendorite gems. Using a Pendorite pickaxe, you can now harvest both of these. It does take a while for the Kasai ore, with both pickaxes. So it makes sense that the Kasai armor would be the best armor, would be some of the best armor in the game. And Lefarium has a few other uses. But the blocks all look really cool. They all have their unique texture. Well, some of them have a unique texture, and it looks pretty cool. So here's the Tamrielite. Here's the Kasai, which honestly is my favorite block in the whole mod. There's Lefarium. And then there is Pendorite. And you can use these in a lot of different buildings. Next up, here's a Cherry Grove biome. Cherry Grove is one of my favorite non-hill biome just because of the way the trees look. It looks amazing here. And I even built a small house down here. The trees have their own kind of several of the biomes have their own kind of trees with unique wood. This is cherry logs, and you can use it to make your own house. And it looks pretty cool. This is a red glowcane block, which is also part of the mod. You can find glowcane, which you can make into glowcane blocks. And yeah, here is just a small example of what you can build with the different types of blocks. It looks pretty nice. Next up, this is a flower biome. There are these giant flowers that spawn in, and you can get petal blocks from them, which you can use to decorate stuff. There is not really a use for it, but they do look really nice. And also, there are a ton of new flowers that spawn in, and not just in this biome. They spawn in plains, they spawn in all kinds of biomes where flowers spawn. It adds a bit to the normal biomes in Minecraft. And the next part of the mod we have is the Enchanted Forest, which this area looks really cool. There are two major different kinds of trees that spawn. There are blue enchanted logs and green enchanted logs, both of which look really nice. Mushrooms spawn here. This has a high spawn rate for animals. And over here is some food. Over here you can see some salal bushes, which, if you mine, you can get salal berries. Eating them restores 1 point of hunger, and unfortunately you are unable to plant them again. So it is a limited supply. And here are some other examples of foods. You have purple glow shroom soup, blueberry pie with blueberries, pumpkin bread, green apples, spider eye soup, carrot soup, cooked flesh, strawberry, cooked pumpkin seed, hawthorn berries, green apple pie, golden beetroot, and that's just some of the foods. There are a whole lot of different foods in this mod. Heck. I'm trying to showcase the food. Well, I mean, now I have an excuse to show it off more. I need to regenerate hunger. But yeah, pumpkin bread is pretty easy. You need pumpkin mash, which is made with 2 pumpkins and a bowl for 3 of them. And from there, you can combine it with free wheat to get free pumpkin bread, which is actually really good compared to the normal bread recipe because you end up getting 3 of them. The different pies, I'm pretty sure, are all made the same. There's blueberry pie, which is egg, sugar, and 2 blueberries. Strawberry is the same with strawberries, and green apple pie is the same with green apples. And green apples sometimes drop from these enchanted leaves, whether they are purple, pink, or blue. They all drop it. So yeah, there's a lot in this mod to explore. A lot of different new kinds of foods, blocks, biomes. And that's almost everything, but there's one more thing I want to show off. This over here is a type of wood I like called Skyrus, but that's not the major thing. In here, this is called hot spring water. Hot spring will sometimes like appear in the Alps, but I couldn't find any, so I made a little hot spring here. Now going in it gives you absorption. For 6 seconds, you have 4 hearts, and it stays for 6 seconds after you leave the water. So you can use this to help you fight mobs, because if you're trying to fight a boss, as long as you have this, you can keep getting hearts back. And also, it looks really nice compared to normal water. It is bubbling, is a lighter shade, and it just looks really cool. So anyway, that's all I wanted to show off about this mod. It overall is a really nice mod. It adds in a ton of stuff, and it balances it out. You're still able to find normal biomes. It doesn't overrule the normal game, it adds to it. And there isn't too much you have to worry about learning. Just make sure you are mining ores with the correct pickaxe and you will be fine. So thank you all for watching. Once again, mod link will be in the description below if you want to try it out for yourself, and I hope you enjoyed.